Sorry to get you so early, but my first appointment finished rather early.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, I never really have a set schedule for any meal in the hospital.
Kind of reminds me a little of reform school, maybe even the army. Look, how about we pile all this on one plate, on one of these tray things here?
All right. Looks like you've had experience. I'll do coffee.
Well, I guess you might say I've been standing in line for the greater part of my career.
Wonderful.
Yes. Well, where shall we... Oh.
No, I don't take that table.
Okay.
And I shall take care of the lunch.
Doc, it's on you.
I know that your experience with the Quartermains hasn't been exactly pleasant. And needless to say, rewarding. So I'm really very curious as to why you really consented to see me.
Let's just say curiosity overpowering good judgment.
Oh, that's getting right to the point. Guess I'd better. All right. I am here representing Lila Quartermain.
Edward's wife?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've only met the lady twice. Once at that party of yours and Alex's memorial.
Well, Lila, Mrs. Quartermain, is now the major stockholder in ELQ International. In fact, to coin a phrase, she's calling all the shots at the moment. Alexandria designated that in her will.
Alex always did have a weird sense of humor.
Oh, you know about all this?
Well, somewhat. I know that she offered, Mrs. Quartermain offered Luke a job. A bit of irony there. I can just see it now, old Alex turning in her grave, wherever it may be. She always knew a good joke when she saw it.
Well, it may be a joke to Alex, wherever she is, but it's certainly no joke to Lila. In fact, she's gotten quite involved with all the operations of ELQ. And that's where you come in.
Keep going.
Well, I assume you know that the Quartermains have a diamond mine in South Africa.
Oh, yes, I know that.
And I understand that you have quite a bit of experience with diamond mines.
I know my way around them, yes.
So doesn't it stand to reason that Lila, Mrs. Quartermain, would want you to manage the Quartermain diamond mine operation in South Africa?
You intrigue me. Go on.
Well, you'd have full control. You would have to report to Lila and the board periodically, let them know what's going on, but all the decisions would be yours.
What sort of compensation are we talking about here?
I can assure you, you'd be paid handsomely. And all of your living expenses, whatever, would be well provided for in South Africa.
Nice job for the right person.
You think you're the right person?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been back to South Africa. I'd like to spend some time there. But...
Well, I mean, will you consider it at least?
I'll need time. I'll have to think about this one long and hard.
Come in, Heather, but I'm afraid I won't have much time for you. I'm expecting the arrival of a new surgeon.
That's all right. It won't take long. I just had to see you.
What's so urgent?
This. It's a letter from Jeff. I received it this morning.
This doesn't surprise you, does it? We all knew that Jeff was planning to file for divorce.
But I didn't expect him to demand total custody of Steven Lars. It just isn't fair. He doesn't even mention visitation rights, nothing.
How can that come as a shock to you? I wouldn't expect Jeff to do anything differently.
Why? Steven Lars is my son, too.
That may be so. But as hard as it is for you to admit it, you haven't been the ideal mother to him.
I was sick then. That's in the past. I'm well now, and it isn't fair that Jeff's trying to take him away from me completely.
Heather, do I have to remind you that you're the one who got rid of your son in the first place? You sold him up for adoption because you wanted a movie career. My goodness, it took Jeff years to find him. I can't blame him now for wanting to hold on to his son.
But that's in the past. I'm well now. Don't you think it's better if a child knows both of his parents?
In some cases, yes. In yours, I think it's highly questionable.
But they all say that it's better if a child knows his mother and his father.
Heather, I'm not a psychologist. As far as I'm concerned, Jeff seems to have made up his mind.
But you could tell him it wouldn't be fair to me or to Steven Lars. Even Dr. Katz says I'm ready to take on the role as mother. Couldn't you at least tell him that?
No. It's not my place to try to influence him.
But you could at least try. You could talk to him.
I'm sorry, Heather. But there's no point discussing it any further. Jeff has made his decision, and what's more, I'm behind it 100%.
I don't know why I even bothered to come and talk to you. If you won't help me, I'll find someone else who will. Dr. Robert Troutman to OR staff. Dr. Robert Troutman to OR staff.
Good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first?
Good.
I want to see you every night this week.
Well, I think I can manage that. What's the bad?
Every night except tonight.
Why? What happened? I thought we had a date. You said we were going to have a very special evening.
Yes, I know, but I didn't know Dr. Bradshaw was going to show up. And he... Well, you know, he's a friend of my uncle's, and he asked me out to dinner, and I couldn't really say no.
Your family and your friends have a way of moving in on us, don't they?
Come on. Don't be like that.
Okay. How should I be?
Well, give me a chance. You promised me every night this week, you know. Please, 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 please,
Okay.
please. You know, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder.
They also say out of sight, out of mind.
Ouch. Okay, I have to take my chances.
Look, Bobbie, any messages for me?
I'll check.
Thank you. I mean, what a trick, eh, if I finished up working for the Quartermain.
Well, I hope you're going to consider it. Very serious.
Excuse me.
Dr. Barrows, would you like to use staff? Dr. Barrows, would you like to use staff?
Hello?
Hello, Mother, it's Alan.
Oh, Alan, how nice to hear from you, dear.
Listen, darling, I just overheard Monica talking to Rolf at Scorpio about the possibility of him coming to work for the Quartermains.
Yes, dear, yes. It was Monica's idea. Isn't it splendid? I asked her to speak to him.
Look, Mother, it doesn't matter what you do. You can do whatever you want. You're a Quartermain, but really, I do think you ought to keep Monica out of the family business.
Well, how can I, dear? I mean, Monica is still a Quartermain.
And I thank you very much.
I can't discuss it with you now. I will talk to you later, darling. Bye-bye.
All right.
Dr. Ogama, call orthopedics, third floor nursing.
Thank you, Bobbie.
Dr. Ogama, call orthopedics, third floor nursing station.
Who's that? What was
It
that?
appears we're stuck.
Well, Alan, why don't you do something about it?
Hello, this is Dr. Alan Quartermain. I am stuck in elevator number 2. I'm with Dr. Monica Quartermain, and we're both stuck in elevator number 2. Could you send somebody, please? How long do you think it'll take? Okay, thank you. They're sending a maintenance crew.
And how long is that going to take?
About 30 minutes.
Well, that's that's all. That's much too long.
Well, they'll work just as fast as they can, Monica. Yeah. Oh, send her in.
Joe, I'm so glad you're here. I have to talk to you.
Well, just get your breath for a second.
I just rushed all the way over here. I have terrible news. Here. I rushed over from the hospital. I talked to Steve Hardy, but it was no help at all. I should have known better.
Why would you ever want to talk to Steve?
Well, I thought maybe he'd try to help me change Jeff's mind. But it was a waste of time. He's totally on Jeff's side. You're the only one who can help me, Joe. Please, please say you'll help me. It's not fair for them to take my son away from me.
Okay, the first thing that's going to help is if you don't get all upset, all right?
But just say you'll help me. Please tell me you will.
This is a shock. I know you have every right to be upset, but why don't we just sit down here and discuss this thing rationally?
All right. I know you're right.
Now, quite honestly, with your record, there's not any court in this land that would give you full custody of your son. At best, you're going to have to go for partial custody. And this would mean probably summer vacations, holidays, that sort of thing.
Well, can I do that?
Well, it's certainly better than nothing and worth a try.
Yes, that's what I'd like to do. But just tell me you'll help.
I'll do all I can.
Hit it. Can't get it out.
I think it's all rather comical. You spend your life waiting, don't you? You wait for me to get out of the house, and now you're waiting for me to get out of the elevator.
Well, the sooner, the better.
Well, it's all going to happen very soon, Monica, and I will be out of your life forever.
Where are the maintenance men? Where are they?
Cheer up, darling. Think about our divorce. That always cheers me up. You've spoken to the lawyers. You filed for a divorce. I will be hearing from them soon, right?
Wrong.
What do you mean, wrong? When do you intend to do something about it?
I don't. I haven't taken any action about a divorce, Alan.
You what?
Listen, wait a minute. I think I hear the crew.
What? What did you
I
say?
said I think I hear the crew.
No. What did you say before that about the divorce?
I don't intend on filing for divorce.
You don't intend filing for a divorce, Monica? You have spoken and talked about nothing else for 2 years.
Yes, I know that.
That's all you've wanted is a divorce.
Well, I changed my mind.
You've changed your mind? I can't believe that I'm hearing what you're saying.
Well, you never had trouble with your hearing before.
Monica, you asked me to leave the house? I left the house. You asked me for a divorce? I agreed to it. Now you're saying you don't want a divorce. Do you know what? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it does to me.
Monica, you're nuts. You are completely crazy. The entire thing has become incomprehensible. I mean, you don't expect at this late date for the two of us to get back together again, do you?
I don't expect anything from you, Alan. If you want a divorce, then you sue me. Wait a minute. Excuse me.
So tell me, darling, you were talking to this Dr. What's-Her-Name, who is now acting on behalf of his
Yes.
mother-in-law, what's-her-name? Who
Offered me a job.
Doing what?
Oh, managing some little diamond mine in South Africa.
What?
I knew that'd get to
A diamond mine. Oh, you're kidding. That's marvelous. South Africa? And a real diamond mine? Oh, darling, when do we leave?
Don't unpack. We're not going anywhere.
But why not? It sounds wonderful, Robert.
You ever seen a diamond mine?
No, but you know how much I love diamonds.
Yes, I do. Well, you wouldn't like where they come from. I mean, they don't grow in Cartier's window, you know.
Well, I didn't think they would. You probably have to dig for them or something.
No. You don't have to dig for them. But some other poor wretch does have to dig for them. It's a miserable job, not much compensation. Most of these poor people don't have no concept of what a jewelry store is, let alone have set foot in one. Hey, I mean, it's a miserable life. They live in tar-papered houses. They have no running water, no plumbing. I mean, I could go on for hours.
Ugh.
What's the matter? Shack life doesn't appeal to you? I mean, what about that charming little weekend we had on the island?
Be serious, Robert. I mean, we wouldn't really have to live in that place if we went, would we?
If I manage it, yes, and probably quite close. It still appeal to you?
Oh, maybe you're right. It probably does deserve just a bit more consideration.
I kind of thought the weight of impending logic would get through to you.
Yes. But, I mean, it's still an option. I mean, it would make us a lot of money, wouldn't it?
Could do.
Well, then we should definitely consider it. I mean, we should never do all of our options until they're all in.
Didn't I
Speaking
think about
of, what about your police commissioner job?
that is one I'm not even going to consider.
But why not? Robert, it sounds very impressive.
Listen, it's a figurehead, an honorary position. I'm fed up with this kind of thing. Look, I need excitement, Tiffany. I mean, I can't stand anything dull.
Well, darling, it wouldn't have to be. I mean, now you just think, if you're police commissioner, they'll probably have a lot of parties and everything for you to go to.
I just told you. I can't stand anything dull.
Oh, Robert, please. I mean, you always...
Tell me, how was your day?
Oh, so-so.
Yeah?
I guess I made a few calls.
Yeah? Anybody bother to call you back? Huh?
Well, I was out most of the day.
Yeah. What about this little, L.A. thing that you're trying to get going? How about that?
You know, it's funny you ask that. Simply because I've been thinking that it's just as well right now that it doesn't work. I mean, for now. Because I was thinking about giving up acting, you know, just for a little while, though. Just taking a break. Just for a little break.
Yeah.
And then trying to maybe channel all my creative energies into a different direction.
Give me a for instance.
Well, writing, perhaps.
No, listen, not the book.
Now,
Anything with the book.
I was not necessarily talking about books.
I guess you were. Hey, listen, you channel yourself anywhere, under the Port Charles Harbor, but no books.
Well, you don't have to go off thundering like that. I mean, my goodness, Robert, it was just an option. And personally, I don't see anything wrong with telling the island story, you know, and the ice princess and everything. I mean, we wouldn't have to be completely revealing about everything that happened, you know.
No.
And besides, I think it would be a very nice tribute to O'Reilly.
Sorry, darling, ring up a no sale.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, darling, we'll just talk about it another time.
Tiffany, sweetheart, listen. If they ever give out awards for persistence, you walk away with a lifetime supply. In the meantime, don't knock back anybody's big part, all right?
Okay, fine. Now, don't be silly, darling. Due to the fact, I wouldn't even want it now. Well, now, since I have no intention of leaving Port Charles, at least until after the wedding. And since there's going to be a wedding, I would think that Luke and Laura would probably expect me to be a part of it. And you too, for that matter.
That's probably about the only thing we're ever likely to agree on. If there's going to be a wedding, we'll probably play some part in it, yeah.
What do you mean, if? Of course there's going to be a wedding. I mean, why wouldn't there be? Well, Luke and Laura said there was going to be a wedding. Didn't they? You heard them say that.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But the question is, what do they want to do? And at the moment, I have no intention of being measured for a cutaway. And secondly, I'll believe Luke Spencer at the altar when I see him dragged there, kicking and screaming.